Going live. Should be going live here. This is a retake of the session from yesterday where we talked about recessions and certifications, testing out some audio, some settings. And I'm going to stop that one. And I'm going to stop this. Hopefully the audio is working better this time. And we'll find out how much better or not everything's working. So I'm going to check my phone because this is a test thing. How are we doing? Am I getting notification? Hey, we are live. I might get a little bit of feedback. Shouldn't actually get the headset on, so cannot play video. Of course not. I was listening to Gary Vee a little bit today. Oops. Let's see. Launch him. Let's see. Launch him. Let's see. Launch him. Yep. So I think the audio is working better this time. Hopefully. I hope everyone's doing well today. It is a Sunday. I know I said I was going to retake it yesterday. Still getting over my head cold. So I wanted to try today. I don't know what it was. I'm using a different set of microphones, using a little headset jack here. I have other microphones. Still got to go find them and experiment with them. So this still might be a multi-take effort. Anyway, so this is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. It ain't 5 a.m. It's not during the week right now. It's a Sunday. Kids are out. They went out. So it's quiet here. So I figured I'd take advantage of it and give it a shot. This is a retake of our previous episode. Sound quality was absolutely terrible. I don't know what caused it. I guess my computer's getting too old and I have to put stuff on it and have better control of the surroundings. It's the only way it's going to work. So with that said, we're going to retake. We'll talk about recessions and certifications. Give a couple points why it makes sense. Now is the time to go get a cert. I'm not like you must have a cert. I'm just giving you the truth and the tactical part of getting jobs and working. And cert's good for a long time after you take it. You take it with you no matter where you go. So a couple points from the other day. And again, this is 5, and we are going to do a fortune cookie. We're going to do something fun because I got to retake fortune cookie, but it's a different fortune cookie because the fortune cookie always says you want another fortune. So I'm going to do another fortune cookie. It's now fortune cookie Sunday, I guess, right? And why do we do this? We do this so that you can get value to your customer, not work crazy hours to get there, and get home to family and friends and have a little fun along the way. There's nothing wrong with having fun and making this a long-term game and not like a short-term burnout kind of thing. So why is now a good time to get a cert? If we do go in a recession and they start laying off people, what do you think the stress level is going to be? Is it going to be higher then when the recession hits and layoffs kick in, or now when you got a good job paying what you need? Or maybe you're getting ready to get a new job, right? Could be either way. When the recession hits, the stress level is going to go up. So now's the time to go get a cert. Do it when it's easier, not when it's harder, okay? That's my best piece of advice I give you right now. Do it now. And you say, oh, it costs money and time. You know what? You're going to be working. I'm going to be 54 in weeks, actually. I plan to work for another 20 years. Taking 2 days to get a cert or take a class for a week or something, how does it compare for another 20 years of working? It doesn't. It's someone I was listening to Alex Hormozy, right? Call him Mosey, right? Mosey Nation. And he was saying something about Elon Musk said something about in the end, everything, universe expands to a point where everything just becomes dust anyhow. It's like, yeah, it's not going to be a big deal. So, but now's the time to do it, and more of a practical because You have a job, you have money, you can pay for the cert, you can get it on your resume. Now, how does that help you? If something does happen and you want to transition to a new job or a new position in your own company, let's say you're not leaving your company, but you want to go to a new one, and you have two people, right? And I wish I had scales. I have some old scales, but I wish I had the scales. You have equal with somebody else. One has a cert and one doesn't. The one's a cert, it's going to go up. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. Because it's a sign that you took advantage of learning and continuous learning. One of the things I do as an Agile coach, when people ask me, why do I? Because I always get asked, what do you think of this person? How do you think? What do you think? Can you participate in an interview? Can you meet this person and see if they're good for what we want to do? One of the things I look at, are you a continuous learner? Because what do? We expect our teams to be continuously learning, continuously improving. So if you're not continuously improving or learning, how am I going to know you're going to help the team do that, right? I don't, right? I'm just being honest. So by you having that certification shows that you are doing that. Whether you retained it or not, that's another question. But are you doing it? Yes. Okay. And some people could argue with me, but I'm like, no, it makes perfect sense. Because there's so many people, you have to, there's some factors sometimes when you're right neck and neck, that is the telltale switch. Sorry, it's not that expensive. It's expensive, but it's not really in the long term. And I'm going to do another show because I realized something the other day, how much more money I made over the past 10 years since getting my first Scrum Master cert to now. From a Scrum Master, project manager, switching industries. I switched from a whole DoD industry into the software industry. Total switch. Pretty much from start. Except I do knew some stuff, so I had some experience. But to now, I will do a show on that and how much these certs, if you think about it, have value. And how much are they worth in the long run? How much money you're going to make over the years. So you have that. You get in the door. You got your cert. What else you do? You go in. You get your cert. You take your class. Go back to your office. Now the good time is you have a team. You're working with others. You can apply some of the things. Make the learning you had sticky. This is the next part. Oh, I got a cert. And then they forget it tomorrow. Take some of the things in the cert. Purposely create a syllabus for yourself, right? Or product backlog items, if you would, for yourself to implement something from the class every sprint, right? For your team. Try something new. Offer something. Or every couple sprints, depending on how slow they are. This way, now you have stickiness. Now you took a cert, took some of the knowledge, you applied it, okay? So not only that, so you're getting that benefit as employed. If you're unemployed, you have no place to practice the things you learned in your certification, right? So now you can practice it. Now, when you do the interview and people ask you what you did, you have the knowledge and the truthfulness to say, I applied it to where I did. Here's how I applied it. Here's what we learned as a team. Here's what I learned as a person, as a Scrum Master, and as a coach, developer, tester, whatever, product owner. And I did this. And now when you're explaining it in an interview, it becomes more fluid. It doesn't look like you're making stuff up during the interview because you are telling the truth. You experience it. You have stuff programmed in your brain that says, I did this, right? So that's something to take into account. So now you got the interview, got the cert, look good on the resume. 2, you get to apply it in your office. 3, you're prepared. And when you do an interview, you have that, right? So those are like 3 things that you get out of getting a cert now, okay? And the nice thing is we're still virtual. There's lots of ways to get these certifications still virtual. Haven't gone back to all in person because these Agile people love doing things in person. I like the hybrid. I'll do some things in person, some things in remote. Most of the stuff I do right now is remote, but it is something. But now's the time to do that. And if you can get your office to pay for the certification, by all means do it. Don't hesitate, because I'm going to give you an example where I had convinced the CIO of one of the companies I work with to offer training to all the team's developers. He got a lot of training. So the manager got the Scrum leadership courses from Agile Alliance and Scrum, and got that. I guess it was a CLS or something. I don't know. Anyway, CSL, Certified Scrum Leader. I don't know. Anyway, so CALS. Pardon me. It was the CALS. It was the CALS program. So they all got CALS program because he loved it. He's like making all his high manager. So, but then I also got training for the developers. They got a CSD, with Certified Scrum Developer. Part of the CSD is you get your CSM as part of that cert. I mean, it's all bundled in there. And we got convinced that less of the team take that class. So they were not only working and getting paid for their time, but they got a $2,000 or $3,000 certification up to $4,000 because it's like 5 days. So they got a lot of money, value cert, that they carry with them forever now, right? I had a couple product owners who I convinced to offer free the CSPO to them. They refused to take it, right? I mean, absolutely refused. I don't know what to do about that. I'm like, it's a free cert. They're going to pay you. Oh, I got too much work. They're going to pay you to take the time off to go attend the in-person certification and get the cert. And the beauty about the ones with Scrum Alliance, there's no exam. There's no, you take the class, they make sure that you comprehend, you interact with the teacher, you get credit for the knowledge, right? So they refuse to do it. And I'm like, and I'm going to say some things in the company, whatever. But I left not that long after. Just things about weren't there. When I have people that just refuse to learn and want to grow, I'm like, this is not worth it. So there's plenty of companies that I can experience this and get paid a lot more money than what I'm getting paid. I enjoyed the people that wanted to expand, but then when I started hitting those people that just tried everything, just wasn't cutting it. Anyway, I left. That company had a layoff. All those people that were in there got laid off. The ones that took the class and got the cert had the cert for their new jobs, helped them get new jobs. I don't know what happened to the people who didn't get the free cert, the CSPO, for being product owners. They were business analysts, had a chance. I mean, that would just expand their horizon of validation for job interviews. Like if I did this, I was a product owner. Well, okay, if I say I was a product owner, I did this, but I also had this CSPO, even though some people say it's not worth it, but I had the cert that says not only I did it and had the work credentials to do it, I also got a cert to go along with it. That's going to bump them up to the next thing. So, they're like, oh, I don't need this. I'm too busy. I got too much stuff to do. I can't take day off, even though the company was going to give them 2 days off to take the class and pay their salary and all that stuff, pay for the certification, everything. They still refuse to do it. So my advice is just now, while you're in a comfortable spot, even though you may ever work, take those 2 days or 3 days, take a class, get the cert, have it for your resume in case something happens. I didn't predict all that was going to happen. Kind of it did, but I can't, it's just like that was something that you take with you no matter where you are, so they could have that for their new jobs. So that's all I'm saying. Recession, if it does come, doesn't come, a lot of talk of it. They're not talking about big growth this year. Yes, job market's good, but they're still not talking big growth. So I don't know how the pay raises are going to come. But now let's say I got a cert, they didn't get a cert. Am I going to get a pay raise versus them? If you're producing the same, they'll probably give the one who took the initiative to get the cert the pay raise. It's just life, man. I can't explain it anymore. So again, before the recession hits, go get some certs. Go find something you like. I don't care what it is. Maybe it's DevOps. Maybe it's Amazon. Maybe it's, AWS. Maybe it's Salesforce. Maybe it's something. whatever it would be. So with that, we're going to close up with another fortune cookie. I hope this goes good because it's like over 15-minute long episode here. The past our little daily Scrum time box thing. If anyone wants to try posting a comment, feel free. Make sure it's working. I hope it's working. Should be working. You know what? I can do this. I can go. Can I post a comment? Let's post a comment before we go into the thing. I'm going to post. Hello, Greg. I just posted on YouTube. I wonder if it'll post it. Do I have to play it? There it is. Working. So YouTube's posting. I'm assuming Facebook is probably posting. Anyway, so feel free to send a note if you like. It is a Sunday. Okay, this cookie is totally destroyed. I guess the Agile accountants were upset and threw things against the wall the other day. Who knows? I can tell you about a story my wife told me about her job. Anyway, maybe that'll be another episode. So I got a new fortune cookie. Yay! So the Agile accountants wrote a fortune cookie, sealed in envelope. We have no idea what's in this fortune cookie. And we're going to see how this fortune cookie plays with what we just talked about. And we talked about help recession-proof yourself by taking a cert, right? Doesn't hurt. And we got more episodes on that. There goes my glasses. I just broke them. All right. It's not what you know, but what you use of what you know that counts. Oh my. Did you hear this? Can you think about what I was thinking when it's not what you know, but what you use of what you know that counts. This, I don't know if you can read it, goes right into what I said. Take the cert now while you're employed. Apply what you learn in the cert to your teams so that you have experience so that you can use that in a job interview because, hey, I learned this thing at class XYZ. Can you imagine a job interview? Hey, I took the cert recently. I really liked it. I took what I learned in Kanban and I applied it with the team. We experimented. We tweaked our Scrum board a little bit more with the Kanban thing. I ran an operation so the team would understand more about flow and how long does it take stuff and how waiting is bad, or something. Or you did maybe a scaling Scrum. How can we work better with other teams that we have dependencies on? Anything, but just this is great. Now you can't do this if you're laid off and not working with anybody. So it's not what you know, but what you use of what you know that counts. This is applying what you learned in your cert while you still have a job with the people you work with so you can apply what you know, because then you can use it in your job interview. So it's amazing how these fortune cookies apply to the stuff we talk about here. So with that, and my classes, as you can tell, have now fell apart. Ever since they got washed down this lazy river ride, they just don't work the same. They fall apart more. Anyway, I want to wish you all a happy scrumming. And let's see, can I turn on the sound on the way out the door? So we're going to turn on the sound and see how that impacts everything. And I'm going to say, have a great weekend. Happy scrumming. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, Tuesday nights, we're doing our show on job market, companies, Agile news. I'm going to talk a little about certifications this Tuesday night. Kind of go look at the PSM certification and the background behind that. Just to try to encourage people. I don't get paid for teaching it or pushing it. I'm just saying. I made a lot of money over the past 10 years getting my certs, and I hope I can help you pass them and get your certs and enjoy your life. All right, take care.